Hey guys, I wanted to do a quick video on underrated soccer cards, underrated modern soccer cards, so anything from 2018 up. I did ask a couple questions on my YouTube channel, and people submitted some answers. And as you know, the soccer card market's quite crazy right now. This very high-end Messi, Ronaldo, Yamal extravaganza is, it's crazy. It's a little bit concerning to me. There's some cautious words I want to use in this video. Obviously I don't play in that market. Ironically enough, my first piece of content that I ever did in soccer cards was a LinkedIn post saying, hey, it was pre-pandemic, about buying Ronaldo, Messi, and Salah cards, because I thought those were the three best players by far, rookie cards. And I really didn't take that advice. I actually owned 6 Ronaldo rookie stickers, and I sold them for like $100, $130, $140. So, long story short, oops, that was a mistake. But right now, I certainly don't play in that market. I encourage most people. I think for the benefit and the health of the hobbies, we get more young people in it. We get people who want to spend, who have fun spending under, $20 on a card or $50 on a card, and seeing that card go up, or seeing that card have some fluctuation in it. I think that is kind of the fun stuff, right? The glamorous $1 million box rips and PSA 10 Messi rookie cards and all that stuff is for the 1% of the 1%. So I think I wanted to do a video, hey, is there under $100 in the modern soccer card market that makes a lot of sense? There's also a narrative that keeps being thrown out there about the World Cup, and it's going to lead to this huge boost in soccer cards. I'm a statistical guy, right? So this is not financial advice. Please make your own financial decisions. But if you look at this traditionally, right, the last 2 World Cups, the last 2 Euros have not boomed. Last World Cup, everyone was talking about this big boom that was going to happen. Didn't happen. The Euro didn't have a big boost. The Euro before that didn't have a big boost in soccer cards. Didn't have a boost at all. So, it is a supply and demand thing. Now you're seeing more Messi rookie cards coming to the market. We'll see if that levels it off. Who knows? But I am just advising caution and advising common sense when it comes to some of these cards. So when I was looking for undervalued cards, I was looking for things that might make sense 5 to 10 years down the road, and that is always how I think. Again, not financial advice. This is just for fun. We can talk about soccer cards and see where things go. I'm going to start with some of the comments that people posted on that video of what they thought was undervalued. Someone said they're picking up Mbappe in a Monaco kit. That's really a Champions League sticker, the Panini Adrenaline. There was no 10s of that Panini Adrenaline, which I thought was interesting. It could be a really good card. But for the most part, the market has never really loved the Panini Adrenaline stuff, or certainly now the modern market doesn't love stickers. So I don't know if that's a good or not. I'm going to omit myself from that response. But it is an interesting strategy, for sure. Someone says 2020 Merlin set, which is the first year of Merlin. I don't even know if they're doing a Merlin set this year. I've heard yes, no, but I haven't seen anything official from Topps. It's way too late in the year. We got to put some more rules in place. When it comes to modern soccer cards, this fact that you're printing cards from the previous year once the new season has started is just simply ridiculous. It shouldn't be allowed to happen. So this is a black eye on soccer cards, modern soccer cards, in my opinion. But that 2020 Merlin set, there's some good cards in there. I'm more akin to finding Hall of Fame type players and investing in those cards instead of set collecting. But to each their own, that might be fun. All right, so this guy is Premier Gold 2020 Steven Gerrard. Again, I wanted to focus on modern stuff, but that's interesting. I do think there's some value in vintage. I did that list of the last 8 great rookie cards, super low pop, right? And I love some of the Calcio stuff and the Merlin stuff because it's very low pop. So fundamentally, if the soccer card market is going to be a thing, right, those cards should be undervalued at their current price points. But there's a lot of kind of 90s, early 2000s, and even vintage stuff that might make sense. That's not my forte, so I'm not going to comment on that. But just by numbers, comparing to other sports, there could be an opportunity there. That's all I'll say about pre-modern and vintage. Someone wrote about Corey Gakpo and heading into the World Cup, and then someone also wrote about Weah Sargent Federico Chiesa, who, by the way, he's not coming back. He's hurt, he's done. I love Chiesa. He's just done. His career is pretty much over at the top level. And Irving from Mexico, Jimenez. Listen, none of those players, including Gakpo, in my opinion, are a top 50 player. When you're trying to buy for an event or something, that's where I'm out, because I think that's too risky. Like, you're banking on them having a good performance in one event. Where I like to think, what's the long-term value of this guy going to be 5 to 10 years from now? And none of those players to me are going to be Hall of Fame or all-time great players. So to me, this is a good learning or teaching moment for myself. Is I try to stay away from those players and not get caught up in the hype. Same goes for the hype of some of these rookies. Those are all the comments that had to do with some modern cards. There are a few things that I like, and it's very tough to find what I consider potential underinvestments or potential undervalued cards in the modern world. The guy I like the most, and I've said this a few times, is Nico Paz. He has a lot of rookie cards, but he's still kind of under the radar because he plays for Como. But he also has his Bowman Argentina set. And he has 195 numbered autographs, and then a bunch of other autographs. And the other autographs, I don't know how many the bunch of others are. They're just non-numbered. They might be 100, they might be 200, I don't know. But you can pick those up for $50, $55, and those are on the up. And I look at getting the first autograph of a really good player who could be really good. Like, I think he could be really good. Under $100, $55, that to me is potential. So this is my prospect pick, is Nico Paz Bowman autographs. Where they go from here, I don't know. I do not own any of them, for the record. But I do own some Nico Paz cards, and I do think he's going to be good. But that's just my personal opinion. Please do your own research. Now, that's a prospect. Now I'm going to switch to a guy who's not a prospect, who could go down as the greatest player ever at his position, and that's Donnarumma. He has just a handful of rookie cards, and he has some good cards out there, and he's a goalkeeper, and goalkeepers aren't very much collected that much, but he could go down as the greatest goaltender of all time. It is not out of the possibility, not out of the realm of possibilities, right? He's won a Euro, he's won a Champions League, he's going to be competing for a Champions League. He's going to be probably the most capped Italian player ever. He could go down. I would have voted Mo Salah, Donnarumma, and Hakimi as my top 3 for best players in the world last year. Donnarumma had a phenomenal year. His advanced metrics, they don't use advanced metrics in soccer like they use in baseball or basketball or other sports yet. But Donnarumma had a big win above replacement, in my opinion, on his save percentage and his advanced metrics. Anyway, I think he could go down as one of the greatest goaltenders in the world. His cards are super cheap. They're not even, I haven't ever heard anyone talk about Donnarumma. But we're talking about a guy who could go down as the greatest goaltender of all time. So, if you look 10 years down the road, whose cards could be up? Might be Donnarumma. All right, number 3. I noticed this, Al, because I was looking at these Messi refractors, gold refractors. I'm trying to buy the gold refractors. And also I love Ronaldo and Juventus. And I noticed that they had these short prints from the Topps Chrome from 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. They have these short prints. This is a Ronaldo short print. It says SP up there on the card. They're really low pop. Now, they're not numbered, so I don't know how many there are. But when it comes to Messi and Ronaldo, this card was listed for $200. So here's another good teaching lesson. I offered $50 for it, which I thought was kind of where the market was for this card. And it was accepted. So I have a nice rare Ronaldo card. I think there's like 19 of these graded. You know, Messi and Ronaldo's, they're short prints. They only have like 20, 30, 50 grades, 50 graded versions by PSA. When you look at their gold refractors and other refractors selling for thousands of dollars, these short prints are selling for $50 or less. Picked up a Messi one, I think, for $50 or less. There's a Ronaldo on eBay right now. The non-graded version is for like $25. Just look for fun things to collect that have some type of pedigree. This is Topps Chrome, what I think is the premier set in the hobby, the set of record for the most part for the hobby. These are short prints of the greatest players in the world, Ronaldo and Messi. They're under $100. They have very, very low pop. to me, doing the research, finding things like this, and not being afraid to go out and try to make offers and try to get these at good prices is fun. It makes collecting. And I'd rather talk about finding this card for 50 bucks than, you know, watching somebody share their $20 million Messi collection, right? This is what I think is fun in the hobby. So look at those short prints. Just an idea. There might be other things. You can see how I think. Maybe there's some other opportunities where you can look at this card. It's being from a good set. It's not some random insert, not some random autograph that they're going to make 50,000 other autographs of, but just focusing on stuff that has some form of legitimacy to it, collectability, and of players that are going to be around. Their names are going to be around for many, many years, and focus on that. So those are my three kind of things to look at. Could be undervalued in the market, and I share with you my thinking of trying to find stuff that has a good pedigree and that could be undervalued by the numbers. So have fun. Hopefully get some more people, true collectors, into the market, and people who are spending $20, $30 on cards. That is what's going to move the market forward. So we shall see. This will probably be, I say this all the time, but I think this will be my last video of the year because I'm going to be really busy between now and the rest of the year. So everyone, hey, take care. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, and we'll talk to you at some point.